Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
How would you like to achieve your first million? And today we have an entrepreneur from United States. Matt, can you please introduce yourself?
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. And yes, name is Matt Taylor. Delighted to be a guest on the show. And what I do is I'm a public speaker. I have been in the industry. I'm still, I'll be honest, relatively new, but I've been going at it for about 2 years now. Done side work before, but as far as it being my passion and what I'm aiming towards as a professional speaker, it's been about 2 years. It's something that I got into based on just my life story. Being in front of people as a kid, even as an adult, scared the living tar out of me. Just speaking, hearing my own voice very much intimidated me. And when I would see people that could do it beautifully, it very much inspired me. I made it a goal and a passion to work at that. I was told when I did speak, my voice had a certain effect. It had a certain connection with people. So it made me look at myself, well, why don't I work at that as a challenge? And like I say, I've been doing it for the past couple of years with time previously taking on anything that could help with the delivery. But I sincerely believe in the message that I always want to give people is that anybody can become a public speaker. I know that common saying is the greatest fear people have is death, and the second greatest fear is the fear of public speaking. Well, you all need to know that you're in good company, because most people I've read, 80% of the human species actually is scared when they stand up in front of people. It's completely normal. But the message I give is you can work with that. You can take that fear when you're opening your mouth and you're standing in front of people you don't know and you're scared. You can take that nervousness and you can harness it. So instead of it being nervousness, it's just extra energy. And you can use that energy to speak and stress strongly what you're passionate about and where you want to connect with the audience and have the audience remember what you have to say. So that's me in a nutshell, and I absolutely love what I do. There's something about, people talk about a rush. Say you're an athlete and you're about to start that match, or you're a runner and you're about to run that marathon. As I am a former marathon runner, there's a certain rush you get. There's a certain rush you get when when it's game day and you are about to do that competition. That's the way I feel when I'm about to give a speech, or I'm about to do a presentation, whatever the case may be. There's a rush to it. And you take advantage of it. Take advantage of that nervousness. Take advantage of those butterflies in the stomach. You always have butterflies, but you can get them to fly in the right direction. So take advantage of that and use it to your advantage. And the reward you feel having given a successful speech, it's an amazing thing. And I strive to do that any opportunity I get.
I agree 100%, Matt. I concur a few of the things here in United Kingdom. Sometimes they do the survey, and people prefer to die than to speak in public.
True. Even Jerry Seinfeld gave a comical quote about it one time. I read.
That's how terrified the people are on public speaking, and the issue with that is that it's showing up everywhere. Right? This fear of public speaking is showing up in your bank account, it's showing up at work, it's showing up in every area of your life, right? So, and the people don't understand, right, why this fear comes from. And the source is very simple, right?
Yes.
Because when we are kids, right, Our parents are always telling us, don't talk to strangers, don't talk to strangers. And public speaking is all about talking to strangers. So at the end of the day, all of us, it doesn't matter if you live in United States, Singapore, we do public speaking workshops all over the world. And it doesn't matter Dubai, you name it, Latin America, the everyone have the same pattern and the same fear. This fear sometimes is embedded so deep in your unconscious mind that you don't even know that it's there, because has been conditioned to a human being at a very early age for the people that you love the most, which is your parent. Your parents are no, they're trying to protect you. So obviously, if they see you talking to strangers, they're gonna tell you, don't do that. This is bad. This is, you cannot do that. Don't do that anymore. If I will punish you, you do that. This, don't talk to strangers. So then we grow up, right? And
We
now
do.
you have a business, or you have a workplace, and you have to do public speaking. So let's break it down these by phases. Number one, Matt, yeah, I agree with you that being a good public speaker is something that everyone can do. There is no limitation whatsoever to
Correct.
everybody tell you, oh no, because Matt is so good, he can do it, he's great, but you know what, cannot do it. He's good, I cannot do it. And the reason for that is that I share a lot, Matt, that public speaking is skill, right? It's
Yes, it is.
space. Is the more you practice, the better you become. When I do this speech in front of 2,000 people, you will see the people that come to me, Harry, that was amazing. You were great, man. How people clapping at you, though. You're amazing. And I'm thinking, yeah, what you don't know, I have done this thousands of times. That's why,
That's right.
there is no such a thing a good public speaker. There is not. The more you practice, it's like driving, Matt, right? When you start to drive a
Correct.
car, sometimes you learning this and that. Some people now they drive, they even spoke at the phone, right? The more they practice, the better. Or swimming, it's a skill base. So I think, Matt, the first thing that we have to articulate to everyone is that public speaking is a skill base. For example, I have a cousin that is painting. He's an artist, painter, is an artist, said the painting very expensive, or somebody that could be a singer of the center level. You need talent for that. Not everybody can do that, right? Because you need certain talent for that.
Correct.
Now, public speaking, people think that it falls in this category, that, Matt has talent, that's why he's good. Harry has talent, that's why he's good public speaking. I don't have that talent. So this, I think, Matt, this is the first limiting belief that we have to get away on the way of people, correct?
Correct. We all have a voice.
Yeah.
So if you have a voice, you can do it.
Exactly. And you speak publicly, right? Every day.
Sure.
I'm gonna share with you, Matt, one exercise that I do, and when we do the events here in London, right? Sometimes 200, 400 people. Anyway, I said, raise your hand. Who's scared of speaking public? And like you said, 80% raise their hand. And I think that the other 20 probably are so scared they don't even want to raise
They don't want to admit it.
Because the truth is everybody had that fear. Yeah.
Right. That's right.
Even people think that I don't have that fear. Do you think when you see all these 2,000 people, I'm like, wow, sometimes this fear is how to, like you were sharing with us, how to handle it. So I usually do this exercise, which is very, very interesting. I say, okay, 10 of you come to the stage, Okay, they don't even want to go to a stage. Sometimes I need to go down and grab them. No, you come with me, go with me. Oh, no, come. And then I usually get 10 people on the stage. And I take the first one and say, okay, tell them the name of your dad. They say, Pedro. Okay, tell them the name of your daughter. They say, Juana. Okay, tell them how old is your daughter. 25. Tell them how old is your... And they telling the audience, 300, 400 people, they grab the microphone and they say, The name of my dad is Pedro. The name of my daughter is this. The name, and we ask the same thing to everyone. And after we doing the debrief of the exercise, and I ask him to the audience, so how can you explain to me if they have huge fear of public speaking, and they never spoke in public in front of an audience of 300, 400 people, how come all of them are speaking with you and they don't have any fear? It's not because Harry's on the stage with them. It's not. The reason is that they are certain that no one in this audience can argue what's the name of the daughter or what's the name of the dad. They are 100% sure about what is the name of the dad, what is the name of the daughter, and they know that no one in the audience can tell them anything or think anything. They are certain 100% of what they're communicating to that audience. So at the end of the day, Matt, that's what I always play. There is no such a thing of fear of public speaking. I think that the fear is of the unknown, or what people are gonna tell about me, or what. So I think, Matt, that I always tell them, you see, the fear of public speaking. If you learn your topic, and if you practice, because we're talking that this is skill based, the more you practice, the better you become. There is no other way around. Some people
Exactly.
can learn it faster, some people can learn it very slowly, but this is you have to develop the skill. And but also be prepared. Like, for example, Matt, you were telling, okay, I have to prepare the presentation and this like that, because what happened out there, and of course people could be terrified, and I don't doubt, is when they're gonna speak in front of an audience and they don't know the topic, or they don't know well the topic. Of course you're gonna have these butterflies. Of course you are concerned that, oh God, I'm gonna talk about this topic and maybe somebody in the audience are gonna tell me this or gonna tell me that. So I think, Matt, being prepared, right, is one of the things that actually can help them a lot, all of them to break that fear in the first place, right?
That's right. Absolutely.
And I think that the other thing, I do something with them sometimes. Well, sometimes no. To those one is that when you're gonna face the audience, right?
Mhm.
It's all about changing your state. Because let me tell you a story. You're gonna laugh a lot, right? This was like 7 years ago. Was a long time ago. I'm speaking in a conference, and I am like the second person. And the first guy started to speak, and one guy came to me running like that. Oh, Harry, yeah. You're the guy that can help us with the public speaking. Say, yeah, how are you? Say, man, I'm terrified of public speaking. I'm terrified. I'm like, so have this butterfly, I cannot do it. I say, okay, that's fine. Here's my phone number. We can talk later, and we will sort it out. Don't worry about it. It's very common. And the guy told me, no, the problem is that I'm speaking number 6 today. And the last speaker, he was I'm like, what? He was a luxury property entrepreneur, a multi-millionaire guy. So he was a big sponsor. And anyway, I told the guy, listen,
Wow.
this is what we're gonna do, okay? Let me do my talk, because I have a couple of minutes. The guy finishing, I'm the second. Let me do my talk, and then I'm gonna pick you up, and you're gonna be fine. Don't worry. So
There you go.
I did my talk, and after I finished my talk, before I start to look for the guy already grabbed me by the hand. I didn't even look for it. He already grabbed me. Hurry, you finished. So what I did, Matt, and I think that this is important. When you are in this state of fear, right? You cannot have the state of fear and have the physiology, right? When you are stressed out, when you have fear, your shoulders are concerned. You have this anxiety, this fear, sweating. But if you're in a state of joy, you cannot be in a state of fear.
That's right.
One or the other one. So I remember I took the guy, and at first I took him away from the audience, because when I saw that when he see all the people, this is where he started to panic. So I took him out, and then I put him to jump. Okay, just jump, and let's have some fun here, right? So what's your music that you like? Okay, there we go. So we're gonna be jumping, we're gonna be dancing. Don't hurry about my speech, don't worry about your speech. Because he knows his topic. It's a property multi-millionaire. You know, multi-millionaire. It's not like his topic, what he's what to talk about, he knows very well what he's
Sure.
going to say about. So his problem is not content. Is he knows what his stuff. His problem was to break that minute, which is key. Maybe the first 30 seconds, even the 4 seconds, the first impression. People said that take only 4 seconds for that first impression, right?
That's
So
right.
so long story short, I put the guy to jump and to dance with the song that he likes and so on. And he started changing his state from the state of fear to a state of
Right.
joy and a state of dancing and a state of, to the point that he almost got, at some point
Sure.
he was not in his mind anymore that he had to do the talk.
That's right.
But I knew I was looking at the timing, I was looking at the audience, so I knew that one was his time. And I remember that I said, okay, now it's your time to talk. And the guy said, what? I said, come on, just go there, say your name and go for it. He didn't have time to go to a state of fear again.
That's right.
He was at the time that he was already with so much joy, so much dancing, so much this, and then welcome to the stage, whatever. I don't even remember the name. It was a long time ago. And the guy shows up. He said, okay, this is my name and this is what I do. I do this property. Thank you so much for coming. And he started on and on and on and on. And at the end, oh my God, I think that the guy was looking for me like crazy. I had to leave because I have another talk, I think. And the promoter was telling me, Harry, this guy's looking for you like crazy. He wants to thank you. He wants to send you flowers. I said, hey, don't worry. And sometimes, Matt, the whole thing is like I'm sharing with you, right? Is two things. Number one, you have to know your topic. But number two,
Yes.
you have to be able to deal with this state of fear, moving from a state of fear to a state of joy. Yeah.
Yes.
And I think that everybody's different, right? Some
Oh,
things
yes.
work for another, for some people, and something different work for another. But as long as they can find the recipe that they can break this state of fear themselves, they're gonna have a better position, right?
That's right.
Now let's talk about how important is public speaking. Yeah, because I
Absolutely.
said that public speaking is the biggest skill that a human being can have, right? Look at you
Yes.
guys, what happened now in United States, right? Uh,
Correct.
go to the debate, Joe Biden and Trump, and oh God, now the guy's out of the race,
Yes, he is.
because of public speaking.
Correct.
So, what do you think about Matt? Tell me, because you live more
Oh,
there in the
jeez.
US. So what? Okay, let me ask you a better question. What message
Okay.
you have for people that say, "Oh, I don't care about public speaking. I don't care. This is not important." Uh, so, what message do you have for these people?
The message I have with that, Harry, is that you're going to have to face it sometime because there
Absolutely.
is going to be that time where you're called on to speak on something. Now, it could be a multitude of different things. It could be from you're in a meeting and you are asked to speak on a topic or on the area because you're the one that has the expertise on it. So it could be something like that that's planned and you know what's going to happen. Two is something as simple as you're on the lift and say the CEO of the company walks on the lift with you and asks you about something. Wow, now you've actually got to deliver at a moment's notice. So I say that to people, you always got to be prepared to deliver, because you never know when that's going to happen. And the more you work at that, the better prepared you will be, because
Yeah.
we'll all be called sometime or another to deliver.
Let me tell you a story. Yeah, I started to do the public speaking actually because I wrote a book. With my girlfriend, she's a ghostwriter. She wrote it for me. Let me say the truth. Yeah, I put the idea. Yeah. Anyway, I have this book, and people were asking me to speak about my book. So I think that in the life of the entrepreneur, as soon as you start to face some level of success, of you publish a book, or your company is thriving, you will require to do some public speaking, right? And here's
Yes.
the one thing is to speak in public, completely different is to speak in a way that you can influence the audience, right? And it's a skill that you develop, but it's so powerful. I remember the one, I think it was 2019, around that. I was invited to do this, to speak at the Les Brown event in London. And I remember the promoter came to me and he told me, Harry, I want you to do the opening for Les Brown. I want that you go there, you do your talk, and Harry, lift me everybody up and in the high. So when Les come, already everyone is in the high, right? I want everybody excited, and I want you to be the guy that do the talk before Les. And there were people there were there were people that were 400 million as speakers in that conference. They were huge. And I did the talk. It was amazing. People clapping, whatever. Then Les come. It was outstanding. One of the best speeches of Les in his life, because he was in pain because he had cancer and was getting treatment, and he had to fly all the way from US to London. So it was a very emotional talk because he was literally in pain and he delivered and so on. So something amazing. And after the years, I spoke with the promoter. Well, we invited the promoter to our gala awards. We given an award for all the work that she had done. And I asked her the question, I asked her, so why? Why do you want me to do this opening for Les? You have so many people. I saw, and the answer that the promoter told me said, Harry, because you were ready. You
There
were,
you go.
I knew that you were ready. And I know that not everybody that was here, they're very successful, but they're not ready to deliver what I need in order to bring Les after. And she saw me speak several times, so she knew. And that was the answer. So at the end of the day, when you're ready, and I can tell you there were people, most of the people in the speakers on that night, or that event, most of them, they were more wealthy than me. They have done, most of them, some have spoke more than me, right?
Sure.
But sometimes, like you said, if you're prepared, the opportunity will come to you. People don't understand the other side of the path, that a promoter is not going to put you in front of 1,000 to 1,600 people, 1,300 people if they haven't seen you speak powerfully before, and if they
Exactly.
know that you are prepared, they don't. How they going
That's
to
right.
make it risk smart, right?
That's right.
Yeah, and then yeah, with the public speaking. Like, for example, Obama was a very good public speaker.
Oh, it was. Yes.
We're not talking about politics here. With Obama was a great communicator.
Great speaker.
Well, he got related twice, right?
Did.
Yeah. So regarding policy, whatever, yeah. Now we have this guy Trump around, regardless politics, whatever. Well, he's a great communicator. It's gonna be tough to beat that guy. It's gonna be difficult because when he get the microphone and he communicate in front of the audience, he can persuade. He had a good sense of humor. He gave to the audience. This debate, like this, that they did. You know what they did? They removed the public. I don't know if you remember.
They did. Oh, I knew that. Yes,
You know
sir.
why they removed the public? Because if they put the public there, Trump has an advantage. Because Trump's know how to handle the public. He knows how to put the public in the pocket, regardless if they are left wing, right wing, whatever. If there is people there, he has a very powerful skill to persuade the public, you know.
It's true.
And people know that, and this is the thing that makes a difference, right?
That's
So
right.
so in the end, what's Matt is your opinion? Why do you think that what people can do out there to improve their public speaking skills? Tell me.
Well, that's a really good question, Harry. And I got a couple of things that people can do. First of all, for anyone that's not familiar, and it's an international organization, so I know it goes on in Europe as it does in the United States, but you got what's known as Toastmasters International. There's clubs all over the place, between physical clubs, hybrid clubs, totally virtual clubs, the whole nine yards. That's probably one of the silver linings of the pandemic is we had to become more of a hybrid environment. We had to have virtual options available. So with Toastmasters, you can participate no matter where in the world you are. And that is an organization that will certainly help you with speaking, because you're given feedback. You're given speeches, material to do a speech on, and then you're given feedback by your fellow club members. Utilizing that feedback the next time you speak makes you a better speaker. Understanding the time frame you have to speak at, it forces you to mold the content into the time frame that is required. So that's one thing you can do, and I highly recommend it. I actually myself am a Toastmaster. I've been a part of a Toastmasters club or another since 2010. So I've been doing the Toastmasters a while, so I can very much vouch for Toastmasters. But the second thing is, and this is the harder one. This is the harder thing. And believe me, it only is maybe until the past couple years that I finally feel comfortable doing it. But you'll be at whether you're at a conference, a seminar, just an informal meeting with your division at work. 9 times out of 10, one will be asked to speak for a group. Say you're doing a group project or a team building exercise, right? Someone is always called on to speak for the team. Raise your hand and speak. It's so human to not want to do that and hope someone else is going to volunteer, hope someone else is going to speak. But always be willing to speak when that opportunity is provided. Yes, someone will volunteer to do it, but you be that one to volunteer to do it. And I know that's a challenge, because it took me a long time to push myself to raise my hand, to be that first one to raise the hand so I could speak. So those are the two big things you can do for yourself. And that's, like I say, that's immediate, because Toastmasters International is everywhere in the world. And then there's always opportunities where, could someone speak for you all? Raise your hand and speak. And like I say, not even just work, but and a hobby, something you're doing where there's an opportunity to speak in front of people, do it. So those are my two recommendations.
Great. Yeah, Toastmasters is great. I only have positive things for these organizations. I also remember actually it was so bad at the beginning doing my public speaking, talking about the book, that someone in the audience told me, "Harry, you're so bad, man. Why you don't go to Toastmasters?"
Oh, how about that?
This didn't. I was terrified. I was like everybody, without terrifying, without knowing the.
I think you went on mute, Harry. There we go.
Yeah. So I was terrified to do it, and the thing is that I enrolled to Toastmasters. Somebody for the audience told me, okay, you had to be in the Toastmaster and go there. And then I started to go, and all of a sudden I had I won a couple of competition, club area and
Very nice.
and the area, right?
Mhm. That's correct.
And again, you know, all the judges were British. Most of the contestants, they were British. English not my first language. By now, you know that I already make a lot of spelling mistakes and pronunciation mistakes. And then I was winning. And so why I'm winning is I start to think, right? And how come I'm winning if these people, they are all speak English better than me? And the reason is what we're sharing with you, that public speaking is not only about the words that you say. This is just a tiny piece of it. It's how you engage, your body language, how you tell your stories, how you communicate with that audience, how you make them feel. And that's why I was winning.
That's right.
My speeches was winning. I remember some of my speeches, they were used for Toastmaster competitions. You know, sometimes they do competition, they evaluate your speeches. I remember they were calling me, Ari, can you come and do one talk? We have this competition in Toastmaster for the evaluation competition, and you
Yes.
do the speech, and they're gonna evaluate your speech. And here in London, you know, they usually call people that have won more than once to do this type of talk. So I was very honored to do that, and I still was in very smart environment, as you know, Toastmaster. When it goes higher, the level goes higher, and
Oh, yes, it does.
speakers there. Oh my God! When this competition goes further and further, we start to see people that are amazing, unbelievable.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but because it does matter, you can practice, and I remember these table topics, which is something like Toastmaster you do,
Oh, yes.
and I remember that I wanted to deal with my fear of the public speaking everything fast. I said, this cannot take years. I want to, whatever it takes, whatever the pain is going to be, I want to go fast in this thing. I want to talk about my book properly. I don't want people to come to the audience and tell me that I'm terrible, you know? No,
Sure.
not what I want to help them. actually, that's why I wrote the book, right? So I put myself to the process, and I remember for the table topics, every time I was raising the hand, the first one to arrive to the club, and I said, what's the table topic, master or table topic? But I remember you give them your name, and you're in. That's how it works. If you arrive early and table topics, and they'll say, okay, I'm gonna call you, right? And I was like this. I wanted to do the table topics. I think I went the whole curriculum of Toastmaster really, really fast. I think usually takes like, people sometimes take them a year or more. I think that I finished in 6 months. I remember there were like 10 speeches. And I remember I would
Yep.
do a speech, and I would have the next speech ready. And you know, my club was very big. Yeah, we made every Monday. The University of Law in United Kingdom. It happens to be that the University of Law, they don't teach public speaking. So the university make a deal with us. Hey guys, you can run the club master in the university, Toastmaster in the university. We're gonna give you a classroom and everything for free, exchange, and you allow us, the students, to come and listen to you guys. So like this, because not even the University of Law that you need to persuade, not even that they teach public speaking. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. So sometimes when I do my workshop speakers and leaders here in London, I see the audience and it's full of lawyers, religious leaders, and entrepreneurs. A very strange combination. That's the first time I run this workshop. How come I attract these type of people? They have nothing to do one with the other. Well, the only thing that they have in common is that they all need to persuade large audiences, right? Yeah,
Sure.
some politicians as well have been around.
Oh, yeah.
I have a lot of friends politicians because of the workshop. Anyway, so yes, Toastmaster is, like I said, I have only positive words for this organization. It helped me personally a lot.
Sure.
I still drop by my club time to time to say hello to the new people. Now, sometimes I go there, I don't know anybody, you know.
Sure.
It's been long, but still the club is running and it's alive. And some people, just to help them with that fear, because it's how far you want to take it, right?
That's right.
Working with that fear, and you go, even if you do a table topic, even when you do your 10 speeches of Toastmasters, that itself can start to get the fear away from you. And you say, I understand 100%, Matt, why you said that you have this fear, raise your hand, because you lose opportunity. If you don't
Yeah.
raise your hand, somebody will raise. And a lot of people in business come to me, no, I don't want about public speaking, this and that. I said, listen, your competitors are doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You are scared that, they know that you are scared and they're taking market share from you because of this. So you better, what are you gonna do? You're gonna be behind your desk that because you had that fear. You have to work on yourself. You have to like we discussed today, it's a skill.
It
The more you
is.
practice, the better you become. Okay, Matt, so this is the question that I have for you. What are the
Yes,
5
sir.
steps that you recommend all the entrepreneurs to make the first million? I think one of the steps would be being a good public speaker, right? But let's just
And actually, it's interesting. You should suggest that, Harry. But that was along the lines I was going with. Well, like I say, the first and foremost is do what your passion is. Because I know it's easy to you got your job and you're working at it and you do the best you can, but ask yourself, what's your passion? Mine is public speaking, yeah. But ask yourself what your passion is. That's the first step.
maybe.
And then the second, when you found that, regardless of what your day job is, but be building that game plan. How do you want to go about using that passion and making that your life? Build that game plan while you're still efficiently doing your day job, your 9 to 5 job, as the saying goes. And then 3, that passion that you're building as a side hustle, as I call it, keep that going each day. Don't just say I like it and I've done a couple things and then stop. Don't ever take your foot off the gas pedal, as I say. Keep working, keep building that, keep at it each day. Just like me as a speaker, any opportunities I've had, that's how I would always do it. As I'm working on the side, that's how I always do it. And then the fourth is be always looking forward, always looking down the road at upcoming opportunities to grow that business of yours, upcoming chances you can maybe take to build that. But at the same time, make sure you've got enough money, you've got enough seed money put aside. So when that time comes, which goes to stage 5, to go for it and make that your full-time career, you're able to do it. And then being that that's your passion, that's what you're good at, that's where you're succeeding at, you'll get to that number and you'll get to that point. So those are my 5 steps.
Fantastic. So thank you so much, Matt, for this amazing interview. I love it.
Thank you, Harry.
And for all of you, remember, keep doing public speaking. Is the best skill that a human can be. And Matt, what we can do for them is, if they want to know more about you or about details, how they can find you. What is your website?
Sure, yeah. Well, it's Matt Taylor Speaks. If you put that in Google and pop that in, it's right there.
Absolutely. That's fantastic. Thank you so much,
sir.
Matt, for your time. This is amazing. Yeah, this is
Thank you,
fun.
Harry.
One of my passion public speakings. I think we reached over 1 million people online during that, covering about this topic during pandemic, and it was amazing. We have a lot of people there because they were in a state of fear by the pandemic, and everything was online, so the state changed. So we did a lot of work there, trying to help people out to overcome the fear. And for you guys listening, remember, embrace it, because like Matt shared today, every single one of you can do it. Bye for now.
That's right. Bye, Harry. Thank you again.
Bye.
Take care.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.